Ben Roethlisberger sending shockwaves through Steeler Nation yesterday as he told a local radio station in Pittsburgh he's not sure he's going to play next year. Now, the fans are probably a bit nervous here, but you got to keep in mind that players will say one thing after their last game and then they change their minds. You know, there's frustration with this. You know, he can't beat the Patriots. Now, he's banged up, long season. Wasn't a great season for him. And I think he looks and says, what if? Or what should have been? And there's some frustration. I'm sure that the Patriots do this to a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. But Ben Roethlisberger says that he's going to sit down with management, sit down with Mike Tomlin, and I don't know if he's going to air out grievances. What are his gripes here? What needs to change there? But Ben Roethlisberger at the age of 34, you would think with a lot of these quarterbacks who get to be 34 and 35, they're starting to play some of their best football. Is Ben Roethlisberger any different than that? Now, he takes more hits than Drew Brees does, than Tom Brady does, and maybe that's part of this. He's got young ones at home, and maybe the mortality portion of this is something that's hard for us to factor in. Well, you're making all that money. You're a quarterback in the NFL. You got a great team, great offense in the Steelers. Why would you walk away? Well, his point is, I'd like to actually be able to literally walk away from the game. You know, Ben is not afraid to tell you what's on his mind or if he's injured, or even when his coach didn't know he was injured and he tells Al Michaels that he's got a separated shoulder prior to a game. You know, there's a little drama attached to Ben. You have to factor that in. But also, if you look at how he plays, you know, eventually, you know, the wear and tear, the accumulation is going to have that effect on you. That one day you just say, you know what, maybe this is it. Do I think this is it? No. I think if the team didn't look like they were headed in a upward mobile direction, then I would understand that. But I got Le'Veon Bell and I got Antonio Brown. And if I start a season with that, I feel pretty good. You got a good offensive line. They just had players who did not step up. You had, you know, a player suspended for the year for drugs. You just had young guys who didn't hang on to the football, and I think that the frustration is probably what is spilling over here.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.